Breaking news. Congratulations, PBC, Al Heyman, for finding a new home, Amazon Prime. And congratulations to the people under the PBC umbrella. Shout out to Canelo Alvarez. Shout out to David Benavidez. Shout out to potential Book Crawford, Gervonta Davis, and everybody else. All the promoters and things of that nature. Look. Amazon Prime is a good place. You know, it's probably the primary place for streaming sports at this moment, especially in America. They're competing with ESPN streaming, but Amazon Prime has done a wonderful job. And also PBC has done a wonderful job, especially closing out the year. 2023 has been an epic year in the sport of boxing, one of the most historic year in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Showtime, Steven Espinoza. Shout out to TGB, Tom Brown, and PBC, of course, and all the promoters again that does business with PBC, some like Samson Liquid and the rest of them, Lou the Kubas, all the managers. Now, of course, it's going to be pay-per-view. Now, people have been critical of pay-per-view, especially in boxing, the prices of the pay-per-view. But look, I'm going to say it like this. It's getting tough for boxing all around to secure these network deals because, of course, boxing is not what it used to be. You know, it's a niche sport right now, and, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully that boxing gets to where I believe it should be. Boxing has been the primary sport, you know, for nearly 80 years. You know what I'm saying? Or probably more. But things change, and hopefully things get back on track with the sport of boxing entirely. Look, I knew that PBC was going to get a deal because, of course, man, they signed Canelo Alvarez, the cash cow of the sport of boxing. So, of course, who's not going to be interested in doing business with Canelo Alvarez? You know, he got a potential big fight with David Benavidez and Cinco de Mayo, probably. Big fights like Charlo versus Plant. That's a great pay-per-view. Or Demetrius Andre versus Plant. Gervonta Davis with a potential fights with Shakur Stevenson. Probably the winner of Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. Teofimo Lopez. I know they're not in the PBC banner, but of course, they could do crossover promotions. But there's a lot of great fights to be made. Jamel Charlo versus Book Crawford. Of course, they got the rematch with Book Crawford versus Earl the True Spence. Maybe Deontay Wilder going to be fighting. Maybe Anthony Joshua later on, or maybe they're going to do it out there in Saudi Arabia with the Saudis. But there's a lot of potential great fights that could be on pay-per-view. A lot of potential great stories, documentaries that we could follow these fighters and their stories. So look, man, that's the breaking news. And look, I'm happy that boxing, that one big slice of the pie in the sport of boxing has found a home. And hopefully the people out there support PBC and Amazon Prime. Everybody got Amazon in their Prime. I know everybody doing their Christmas shopping on Amazon, and some people do even their groceries on Amazon. So I think that the casual people, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, boxing also caters to the casuals, especially fighters like a Gervonta Davis. I think it's going to be easier for them to identify where to get these fights from. So I think the Amazon Prime, everybody got it on their phone. Everybody is you know, they know what Amazon is. It's just a new wave. It's very regular to be an Amazon customer, and it's just gonna be easier for everybody else. So hopefully, man, it works out. Hopefully they do a great job like they did 2023, so that they could extend the contracts or even, you know, create more platforms. The only thing I do worry about is what happens to the up and coming stars like they used to do with Showbox. Hopefully they could find something, but I think they have to sacrifice, and fighters have to sacrifice for the greater good. Of course, I do believe that they'll do well if they stack. If they stack the cards like they did this year, if they stack the cards like they did in the beginning when they were started out with Golden Boy Promotions. For example, Canelo Alvarez versus a potential David Benavidez, Cinco de Mayo. Put Jamal Charlo versus Demetrius Andre on the undercard. Stack it up. You know what I'm saying? Create that type of buzz. Create that type of trust with your executives so they can extend that type of contract. I think that's what PBC needs to do. Keep their fighters active as well. Active in the social media platform. The fighters that on PBC that are bosses, got their own promotional company, hire a marketing team to you know what I'm saying? Hire a marketing team to develop and market and advertise you as a fighter. The promoter's not going to do it. The guy with PBC is only going to be pay-per-view. So it's got a lot of work to be done. And You know, probably we see Keith from Tom Thurman versus the likes of maybe that could be in the same card. Instead of being separate, yeah, Keith from Tom Thurman versus Stanionis, Danny Silva Garcia versus Lara. Put up another, put Pitbull Cruz under there as well. I like the card what they just happened out there in the Mandalay Bay with Demetrius Andre and David Benavidez, having Michelle Rivera versus Sergey Lipinets. It was a beautiful card. Jerome Boost Ennis having in the same card of what Keith Thurman versus Stanionis, Danny Silva Garcia versus Lara, Jerome Boost Ennis versus somebody. I know they still with Showtime and Paramount, probably still fighting Paramount. But hey, it's a good thing. They found a home, and that's all we ask for. We hope that everybody wants to do business with boxing. That's what's good. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the, let's just support the sport of boxing. Let's preserve the sport of boxing. We love the sport. You know, well, let's slow down with the critique. Let's see what's going to happen. If they could do major moves and major fights like we had this 2023, let's put our trust in that they're going to do right by the boxing fans and also by the boxers this time around, like they did in 2023, because it was epic and historic. All right, I'm positive. Let's be optimistic about it, and let's slow down on the critique. You already know, man. Shout out to Al Heyman. Shout out to PBC. Shout out to my Amazon Prime. Shout out to everybody, all the fighters, and hopefully you get your purses. Hopefully you get your fights. Hopefully I stay active. I'm a boxing fan first, so I'm happy. Let me know what y'all feel. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.